My name's Thomas Tu. I was born and raised in Adelaide and did my university degree there. I then moved to Germany and came back, and now I've started my own research group here at the Westmead Institute for Medical Research, where I study the hepatitis B virus and ways of curing it. So hepatitis B is a disease that affects a huge number of people, 300 million people around the world. And it causes liver cancer. It kills about 1 million people each year. And the worst thing is, it's incurable. Once you have it for life. What we're working on here is ways of curing it, basically allowing people to live their lives free of this risk of liver cancer and liver cirrhosis. And so that's what I do each day. So when I was in high school, I wanted to be a lot of things. I considered being a psychologist, being a comedian, being a doctor, but in the end, I wasn't very funny, and I didn't get the marks to be a doctor straight out. So can I show you? I just found my high school student card. And this is the kind of student I was. a little nerdy kid. What I ended up pursuing in university was a degree in biomedical science, because I thought, I could be a doctor later down the track and transfer. In second year, I learned that University of Adelaide had one of the only hepatitis B research groups in Australia. And that reminded me of my family. So my family and me, we have hepatitis B because it's quite a common disease in Vietnam, where my family are from. Almost 20% of people in Vietnam have chronic hep B. And I thought, that's something that I can do something about. And so from second year on, I was focused on getting into that lab after my degree. After 3 years, I did honours. So that's a placement within the lab, and you're assigned a research project to do for a whole year. And that was really interesting. I kept wanting to do my research in this particular project, and so I did a PhD in that same lab. In this role, I come up with a big project curing hepatitis B. But this is no simple matter. It takes years to decades. So my role as a group leader is breaking that up into smaller problems and handing them out to other people so they can work on it at the same time and make this happen a lot quicker. And in the end, trying to combine everyone's results into something that answers that big question, how are we going to cure Hep B? I really don't know how it'll feel when that day comes. Sometimes it feels so far away. Other times I feel like we're on the precipice, because there has never been a time where there's been so much research on hepatitis B as there is now. Just a couple of years ago, the Nobel Prize got awarded to the people who found a cure for hepatitis C. So the discovery and cure for hepatitis C. So definitely that is something that's on the cards, and a very unique experience. They're just undescribable. So I imagine it's something like that. I've spent my life being trained in hepatitis B. All the science behind it, all the different pathways that the virus takes, and all of this sort of thing. It's ingrained in me. And perhaps the most impactful moment for me was none of that. It was talking to people with hepatitis B and knowing what they're going through. It impacted me so much that I started a sort of side project where I wanted to get people with hepatitis B talking to each other so that they can understand and navigate their way through life, knowing that they have Hep B, and ways of trying to mitigate the stress associated with Hep B, and how to live their lives, basically. I feel that in my role as a scientist, but also someone who's connected with clinicians and having hepatitis B myself, I inhabit this particular space where I can bring all of those people together to make a community that is bigger than its parts, right? And really add value. To you kids out there, really draw on all the experiences that you have, all the knowledge that you know, and start connecting people. That's where the magic happens.